Ayon Vertes, what's good, bro? I think I got it today. If not, that's pretty close though, right? Oh, we're in there. We're in there. I feel so old when I wear glasses, dude. And these glasses don't have like the glare proof on them. So like, you know, if I'm off to the side, the glare is awful. What's up, old man Banta? Yeah, no issues tonight. I would have just rocked one, but then my other eye was bothering me last night, so I had to take that contact out. And then because this eye right here is still jacked up. I probably got about 2 more days before I can put a contact in that eye. And so, but I wanted to I shot a video earlier today, so I had to throw a contact in the right eye and then rock it. But I just wanted to give my eyes a couple day rest before I start rocking contacts again. Hey, what's good, Go? Wake me up before you go. What's good, bro? Welcome. You know I'm always around, man. So, you know, whenever you can hop in, you know, we'll be here. We'll be up in here. Let me see. All right. So I'm going to get FL Studio opened up. Get the screen switched over. Do. Main screen. Let's go. Chaotic Results TV. What's good, bro? Welcome. Yeah, it's time to kill it. You got to kill it, B. You got to kill it. 1990, Chubb Rock steps on the scene. Every time I hear "Time to Kill It," that's what I think about. Is that TikTok that everybody used with Chubb Rock? You gotta kill it, B. You gotta kill it. 1990, Chubb Rock steps on the scene. All right, let's see. It's been so long. Satellite sessions. I almost forgot what I had to use to get the stuff up in here. Satellite sessions. Easy Money on the track. What's good, bro? Welcome. Dave, what's good? I can't say this enough. I said it to you yesterday in private conversation, and I'll say it again. I'm glad FL Studio crashed on you, you dirty mother sucker. I know. I ain't shit.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful art. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
All right, man. So, what are we doing tonight, y'all? What y'all want to do? Don't give me no crazy nonsense, which I know y'all probably going to give me. I'm either feeling a trap beat, a boom bap-ish beat, something that tempo, or like maybe a drill beat. That's kind of what I'm in the mood to make tonight. I don't really want to make any lo-fi music tonight. I don't really want to make any synthwave. I don't really want to do any. That's what I'm kind of in the mood to do. You know, you feel me? I'm just in one of those bags tonight. Do. If nobody tells me we're gonna make a trap beat or trap-esque, I don't know. My trap beats be like a trap boom bap mesh. I know. And then they be happy too on top of that. All right, let me just find a little chord progression. These glasses are trash too, man. Like, they're old. I only like wear them in like case of emergency. And we have an emergency. I'm gonna rock with what scale do y'all want to rock with tonight? I'll let y'all pick the scale. I'm gonna Probably gonna put a couple pieces in tonight though. Normally I only try to add one piece so everybody can get as much stuff in there as they want. But I'm probably gonna add another piece because I kind of want to use the cube tonight. But I always like to start a beat off with a piano just because that's how I roll. G major. Oh man, this is gonna be the happiest trap beat ever. Dude, if Creaxon gets in this stream, he's going to start cursing at us. I just want y'all to know that. He is not going to have this. Why does this D only have fucking 2 notes? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that E minor. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that E minor. What's up, chump? What's up with this last fucking note? Why is this shit all fucking jankety? It's like, nigga, we refuse to give you 5 notes today. There we go. No, I don't need that. I need something like a little more like in your face, like. Alright, let's go ahead and make this 8 bars. So we have F. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh man, you don't understand how many. Yo, I feel like y'all think all black people look alike. I've heard I look like so many people over my lifetime. I used to have this thick fro, and they'd be like, "You look like Denzel Washington." And He Got Game. He used to call me Jesus. Jesus' dad. That shit's fucking funny. Jesus Shuttleworth. I've heard some shit, man. They used to say I look like Obama when I had no facial hair and a fade. I fucking heard Mos Def with the afro before. I've heard Usher when I was a kid. I've heard a lot of fucking different people. All black people look alike. So do white people. Basically anyone who's not black. kind of look like Chuck Reed. Oh, I forgot to edit that out. Fuck it. It's all good. In the video, in the video for Friday, it's already recorded and edited. I forgot to, I was talking shit about this plugin and my government's name's on there, but I don't really give a fuck. But it's just kind of funny. Save as 200 nope. All right, let me throw some effects on this real quick and then we can get rolling. I don't even typically like this piano, but I like it on this one. I mean, I like pianos from Analog Labs. I know you guys like that, know that, but this particular piano that I'm using today, I normally skip right past this piano every time. Fuck it, I'm gonna use one of my presets. Let's go. I'm gonna use one of my presets. That's what we gonna do today. Nah, you like I said, you good, cat. What's up, Big Drew? Welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and send that up. Satellite audio. Dude, one day I'm gonna clean all these plugins up. I think at the end of the year, Chris gave me a good idea for a video, but I think I'm gonna clean all this stuff up because I got a lot of shit in here. I don't use it. I mean, it's not that it's not okay, but you know, obviously if I review plugins, so I'm not gonna be able to use every plugin that I review consistently, you know. I mean, I'm sure that makes sense to most of you guys, you know. It's not my job to sell a plugin or promote a plugin. It's just my job to review it, to leave a review for somebody looking for it, you know. All right, create a new session. Is it still doing that bullshit? Hey, what do you know? It fixed itself because I didn't fix it. E minor, baby. Create session. Invite. Let the chaos begin, fellas. Skyver Bilius, what's good, bro? What is good? What is good in the hood? Oh, I gotta send a message out real quick. Just one little message real quick while y'all get all up in here. Sorry. Got some content coming for y'all that y'all gonna love, but it's probably still about 2 weeks away. Let me go ahead and come in here and get that pin to the top real quick. Thank you for that, chump. Are y'all ready to talk about Ye yet, or is that do we need a little bit more time before we start talking about Kanye? All right, so we're good, right? Let me go ahead and upload this real quick. I hate when it does that shit. I'm gonna try to upload that one more time because sometimes when it does that, it makes everybody's shit short. Some things about satellite audio I just don't understand. Like, how are you not gonna capture that last piece of audio for me? There we go. So this is the last collab stream till I move. I'm not gonna stream Friday, just to let you guys know. I'm not gonna stream Friday, but I will stream on Sunday because that's a pretty easy stream to do. I don't have to have like all my equipment and everything set up. All I have to have is a little mic and my computer, and I can stream. What's up, Perk Dog? I don't know, man. He is, but he's not. Because it's like, I've been saying certain things for the grip. Like, somebody like Kanye's a genius, but he's crazy. You know, you have to be genius to be crazy, crazy to be genius. But some of the shit that he talks about is just shit that people, regular ass people, never see that perspective because you're not in a position that he's in. And so that's one thing about, I've always said that about this dude, is like, the dude's crazy and he says some outlandish shit. I don't agree with a lot of the shit he says. Like, I'll never agree with slavery was a choice. I don't fucking agree with that shit. Them niggas didn't have guns. Fuck that shit. You know, like, I gotta either die or be a slave. I mean, if that's what you consider a choice, that's bullshit, you know? It's, you know, how hard it is to commit suicide, you know? It's just some of the stuff he talks about, you know, like the people that he's talking about right now. I'm not racist, and he's not talking about the whole entire race or religion or whatever you want to consider it. He's just talking about the ones at the top with all the influence. And this motherfucker got canceled. The shit that he said was going to happen fucking happened. Literally happened the next day. Like, he's not stupid. He's crazy, but he's smart. He's smart as fuck. But that George Floyd shit was bullshit, though. You know, he should have left that shit to himself. But again, he's different, man. He called this shit an attack plug. Can you resend that to me? It's got that little click in there. He went on the Drink Champs show with Nori, and Nori just let this dude talk for like an hour, and he just fucking went super left field. Because you know how he's been wearing those White Lives Matter shirt. Kanye's wild, dude. Kanye is fucking wild. That shit's some other shit. But you know, he's been rolling with Candace Owens lately, and that bitch is crazy. But he was just talking about how certain people control the media, and they control a certain ethnic group or religion. I'm not sure what you want to consider them. I'm not fucking racist. I'm not prejudiced. None of that shit. But he's talking about how a certain group of people control the media. They control a bunch of financial stuff. They control most of the shit in the world. And so those people can put in front of your face what they want you to see. And if they consistently put the same shit in front of your face over and over and over and over again, you start to believe it. And to take it one step further, those same people are in charge of fucking the media outlets on both sides. So when you think about it, they do a lot of fueling the fire, and people are too dumb to see that shit. That's why I'm always like, fuck the news. I always say that shit. Fuck the news. The news is not the news. It's like an opinionated shit. Like people who cover the news, if you're covering the news, you would be like, 14-year-old kid shot in Chicago today or wherever. I don't want to go there because that might open up a whole other can of words, but whatever. Man breaks into home, steals, wallet, leaves, police are looking for him. But the way the news be like, there was this robbing in this fucking bad neighborhood. I mean, they put this whole other spin on it and all their opinions and all this other shit into it. So like when you're watching the news and you're watching all this other shit, you're not just getting the news, you're getting the news and you're getting people's opinion, and those people's opinions are forming thoughts into your head and they're forming you to think the way that you think. So Kanye didn't say all this, but he's basically alluding at this. And so I'm with him on that. I've been with him on that. I've been on that shit for well over a decade. Y'all hear a lot of the stuff I talk about on this channel, so y'all already know where I'm at. But he brings it to the light on this Nori podcast, and sure enough, the next day, the people who run iHeart Radio, Puffy's station, Puffy doesn't own that shit. He worked for somebody else too. So they made him take that shit down because that's the group who's in charge of all the media, all the music, all the record labels, all the homes, all the everything. They're the ones who basically run all the money, in the country, in a lot of countries, Again, I'm just not going to start naming off names. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get my fucking, I don't want them to shut my fucking YouTube down just because I'm talking about Ye. So long story short, they took the interview down. Kanye's kicked off of all the social media platforms, all that other shit, just for speaking his mind. It's like, how you kick Kanye off of Twitter, but y'all got porn on Twitter? Like, that shit don't make no sense to me. Like, that motherfucker should be able to get on there and get as crazy as he wants to. If y'all gonna show porn on Twitter, he should be able to get on Twitter and say whatever he wants to. But here's the thing, Perk Dog. Yeah, he may say things sometimes to shock it all, because I agree. A lot of times Kanye just does some shit to get attention. Like, if Kanye's gonna have an album come out or Kanye's gonna have a project come out, Kanye's gonna do some wild ass shit. He gonna get on stage and tell Taylor Swift she don't deserve, whatever. Before a project comes out, Kanye is always gonna be attention seeking because he's promoting himself. I get that, But you have to think about it from Kanye's perspective too. Kanye grew up in a single household. He, grew up in the fucking Chicago and Chirac. So that dude is from the hood. You know what I'm saying? He's from a single mother household. If you've seen a documentary or you've seen anything about Kanye, nobody wanted to work with Kanye. Nobody wanted this dude to be a rapper. Nobody wanted this because his voice was fucked up. Then he gets into a car accident. It fucks his voice up even more. All the odds were stacked against that dude, whether you want to admit it or not. So he's seen so many different perspectives of life that he seems crazy. Again, he is a little crazy. If you're a genius, you have to be crazy. But he has seen so many different perspectives of life that most people haven't seen. He's not going to have the same perspective as normal people. He's not going to think about the world as the same as normal people. Like, think about us as musicians, right? A lot of musicians have done drugs or done all kinds of other stuff, been in trouble with the law, done all kinds of other stuff. So my perspective's not going to be the same as somebody else who's never gotten any trouble, who's never been falsely arrested, never had to deal with racism, never had to deal with anything. Like, again, I'm not saying I've been through the most amount of shit in the world, but my life perspective isn't going to be the same as somebody else who's never gone through the same circumstances I've gone through. You could even go as far as to say, you can have a brother and a sister that grow up the exact same, but they have different life experiences, and those different life experiences make them different, make them see the world different. Or two people can go to the same school and have a completely different life experience because of the way that they experience life. So Kanye has seen such a different lifestyle. He's seen the most gutter shit that you can possibly see in Chicago, and he is like the richest black person in freaking America. So it's like he supposedly right now they're debating about how much money he has, but somewhere between $6 to $11 million. So he has seen all the different walks of life that other people haven't seen. And so his life perspective and his thoughts aren't going to be like mine or some regular ass dude who's his fan, if that makes sense. Yeah, man, I know that the, what's up, Mark? What's up, Sledrin? Yeah, so I guess, sorry, we'll get back to the music though. I know y'all didn't come here for, but yeah, it's a hard one though, because he is crazy, but you got to be crazy to be a genius. So it's one of those things. What did he call? It's the same one probably. Oh well. Oh no, it's a different one. It's still clicking, but I'll make it work. Sure, don't paint the piece on. You gotta love when people hop into your chat and they just start acting weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you don't gotta come here and be weird, man. I'm too old to have to deal with just weirdness. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me ban you just because you irritate me. You know what I'm saying? I'll see what that sounds like. No, I'm talking about whoever this weird Evie Clinton person is. No, we're not making drum and bass. I told him. I told him I wasn't in the mood for that shit tonight. It's probably one of y'all knuckleheads in the chat. Right. I wasn't even gonna hesitate. I told him. Yo, Big Drew, you're good, dude. I was talking to whoever that is. You can't see his messages anymore because I kicked him out of here. The dude who was saying he's Kanye and whatever, he just had to go. It is just, you know. He was like, call me Sir Yay. I was like, I'm gonna call you Serenara. I'm gonna call you Sirenara or whatever. It didn't come out. The joke didn't come out as good as I thought it was going to because I fumbled the whole joke. But y'all get where I was going with that one. It was about to be A class. Instead, it was D- at best. Right, like, dude, I'm too grown to be playing games. Like, it's funny when Alphatron shows up just because of the way that shit went down. When whoever the fuck Alphatron is, I know it's one of y'all, but it's funny whenever Alphatron shows up because that shit's, you know, it's funny. You know, that shit was in context to some night, and it's always funny when that profile shows up. But I can't have somebody who can't even spell talking about the Kanye in the chat, bro. You got to get your English together before I believe that. Oh, did you? Is it a different one? No, the key's no, it should be, it should be E minor. It did start with an F though, huh? Did I not get the right key? Oh shit! I got these. Whoops. Whoops. We're gonna have to go ahead and change that. It is F. If it is F minor. My apologies. But it's still right in the chat though, isn't it? My bad. Told you these glasses don't get along with me. What's up, O-Tune? Make that do something though. I swear it's supposed to be like right here. That's wild. That's wild. That shit sounds like a piano now. That's wild. Y'all ain't gonna tell me this plugin's not goated already. That's wild. That's why. Hold on, I am so confused right now. Oh, I bet you, Keith, I bet you sent me that up with the piano. Yeah, I need you to resend me that little brass thing up. I'm wondering why I'm all off and confused. I'm like, why is this not sent? You got to send me that again, Keith. Re-upload that for me. Yo, yo, Brightonic, send me an email. Send me a message to sumnsumnsumnhtk@gmail.com. I got a few D&B tracks in my Gmail account that Dick McGuffin sent over. I'll send those over to you. You can check them out and go from there. I guess I do want to find some kind of something from the Cube though to get up in here. that for the start of the verse though. No, you're good. Banter, I'm not even sweating it. I'm gonna, I guess, I'm gonna do some drums, I guess. I don't know. I don't think anybody's working on drums. Kind of drums do I want to use tonight? Let's mess with these. I don't never mess with hi-hats like this. Bitch, what? Bitch, you're gonna really do this to me tonight. When you do things a little bit different, I need to just do it like I normally would do it. Yeah, that'll do it for you every time, man. Satellite Sessions is super iffy. It only does what it wants to do. right, we got that. Yay. Wasn't even gonna make a drill beat tonight, but it looks like we're here. It looks like we're here now. So I guess that's where we're at. I don't even really want to make a drill beat though. I just kind of want to make a trap beat. I don't feel like doing all the slides tonight. But who am I kidding? We're making a drill beat. Let's go. I don't know what 808 I'm going to use though. Hey, great. Big Drew, hop into the session. Go ahead and cut itself. A 50-inch subwoofer? Fam, that's just insane. That's not even necessary. I don't feel like this 808's gonna be the one. I seen the scummiest shit on YouTube earlier today, and I can't even say anything. I can't even say anything. I just got to keep my mouth shut. But I definitely seen some of the scummiest behaviors on all of YouTube today. And I can't even really talk about it. But it was definitely some scummy ass shit I seen. I was very disappointed. To say the least, I was very disappointed in what I saw on YouTube a few hours ago. I'm also disappointed that I have to wear these glasses, because wearing glasses means stupid stuff you have to pay attention to. Like when you pour soda into a cup, you can't drink it right away, because if you drink it right away, the bubbles get on your glasses. Stupid stuff like that. He said it's still downloading. Appreciate that easy money. Yeah, man, it's yeah, I don't have the answer to why that. I don't even have Captain Plugins Epic. You know what's crazy is that this plugin is coming out that I can't even talk about yet, because something fire is coming though, guys. Pause. Something is definitely about to come out that oh, it's gonna blow my mind, because I got an email today from Plugin Boutique about some NFRs, but the company didn't email me, and the company normally emails me. So I'm like, why these motherfuckers hit me up? You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't they hit me up? They always hit me up, but they ain't hit me up. But they got something fire coming. I can't wait. So either way, I might not be one of the first reviewers on it, because I don't know when it's coming out, but I'll probably get it like in the next day or so. I just can't really. I mean, I probably could talk about it because the company ain't hit me up, but I don't know. I don't really know. That's kind of like a gray area. Like Plugin Boutique ain't never told me I can't talk about shit, but typically, if like you're gonna do a review for somebody and their product's coming out, you don't want to announce it before the company announces it. And I haven't seen any announcements from the company yet, but it's gonna be fire. I already know it's gonna be fire. I already know. Good, Av. Welcome, my dude. Welcome. you having a good night, Brody? Just trying to put this together. This is I don't even know if I told you yet, my dude. I'm moving to Phoenix on Tuesday because one of my guys is kind of sick and he needs some help, and it's kind of closer to my kids. I'll be back eventually. I'll be back and forth though because my family and stuff is here. So yeah, this is like the last collab string here in ATL, baby. I'm gonna start splitting some of this stuff up. I think I'm going to reverse the piano too. Yeah, my dude, I'm moving. My homie, Hijack Gaming, he's like my dude, my guy for real. He's got, he had kidney failure like 3 weeks, maybe like a month ago at this point. He was in the hospital for like 3 weeks. In order for him to stay out of the hospital, he has to have somebody stay with him to help him a little bit. But he's good and he's move around. He's all that good stuff. And the state's gonna pay me a couple of grand a month to be his aide. Plus, you know, obviously the work on stuff I do, I can work on the table from his boss and just a bunch of stuff. I'll probably work a couple of days because I'm just trying to stack money so that when I can like roll out these plugins and start doing this other stuff, I have money to put behind it instead of just putting stuff out and then being like, hope this does well. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be that dude, you know. I want to like when I can start rolling stuff out, I want to be able to like, you know, run some ads. I'm not going to be aggressive or nothing like, you know, some of the people out there we dislike, but I'll be back and stuff all the time though, man. I'll be back at least a few times a year. I definitely want to get up and do some collabs and stuff or just chill, you know what I'm saying? You're like my guy in real life. I consider you, you know? So, you know, but I always keep in touch. I got some stuff I wanted to hit you up about, but you'll see. I got some stuff I wanted to hit you up about and see if you're interested in. You'll probably be down to do it. It's not too hard, but it's some nice little content. But I'll still be around, man. I'll still be in the live streams. I mean, I ain't going nowhere. Like, you know, I mean, I'm still gonna be around. I'll be the same ass nigga I was before. I'll be in all the live streams clowning. I just haven't. I've had a lot going on lately. That's why you probably haven't seen me in the live streams like I normally are. Just because I've been packing and just trying to figure out a lot of stuff. But I mean, I'm still be around. You ain't gotta worry about that. For sure, man. You already know, Av. You's a real one too, man. Yo, Av, real quick though. I was gonna text you last night because I watched the most bullshit ass video on your channel last night. I watched a whole hour-and-a-half stream of you and some dude named JW Lucas going ham and I couldn't turn away. It was like a train wreck. Like I didn't want to watch it no more after like the first 10 minutes, but I couldn't turn that shit off. And that was like a 2-year-old stream. I don't know how it came up in my feed. I don't know where that shit came from, dude. It was just like I was watching some random shit, and then like the next thing that came up in my stream, what's up, Touchtone? The next thing that came up on my stream was that video of you and JW Lucas, and I was like, this motherfucker is insane. This motherfucker is insane. But that was good content, my dude. You just let that dude just go off and just expose himself. Like, you know, anybody who has a half a brain, because, you know, obviously I seen a bunch of fanboys in there and stuff. But anybody who has a half a brain could like see that conversation. It was some bullshit, but that was some grade A entertainment, man. I ain't never watched a 2-year-old stream before. That was the first 2-year-old stream I ever seen. What's good, Bam? That shit was great. Yeah, I know he got smoked. And then I didn't even know who that dude is. I had to Google him afterwards. I mean, you know, obviously. And what was funny was it was like like you were trying to give him his respect. You were trying to give him props and respect. And this motherfucker is like, he was just on some other shit, dude. I study astrophysics or whatever the fuck he was talking about. I'm like, nigga, ain't nobody even talking about that shit right now. This nigga's trying to talk about TM88 and you have talked about everything on earth, every possible thing that you could ever talk about. You talked about what besides that nigga what the fucking stream was about. That shit was hilarious. You are a stronger man than me because I'm pretty calm and relaxed in situations like that. There is not a possibility I wouldn't have muted that nigga the first 3 minutes into that stream. Oh, that shit was hilarious. That shit was grade A entertainment. Touch tone. All right, so let me go ahead and reverse this piano. Render this bitch's audio clip. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. 45, 47. Y'all want me to throw some of those cinematic drums in this shit to get it going, to get it popping? Cause I do rock with those. See what I can get. Excuse me. See what I can get popping up in here. Yeah, that Big Six. What, dude? Tone has one of my favorite pieces of content on the whole entire internet. The shit where he I don't remember what video it was, Tone. I don't remember if it was the NPC video or if it was one of the Big Six videos. But when you're outside and you're playing basketball with your daughter and you hit her with the elbow and she falls back and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite pieces of content from the whole entire music production community. That shit I crack up. I'm not even gonna lie. I've watched that video probably 3 times, and every time I watch that shit, I crack the fuck up because that shit is fucking hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. I crack up every time. I'd be jealous that like I don't have the, I don't want to say creativity, but I don't currently have the team or the resources to like put shit like that together. But soon, my boy, I'm be at your house bugging the shit out of you in about a week. Oh yeah. That's I'm not even capping. That's one of my favorite pieces of content on the whole entire internet because it was a good review, but the intro to the review was just fire. I'm about to give y'all some of them epic drums though. We're gonna find a drum pattern real quick. Sorry, that was funnier to me than it probably was to y'all. Get over here, you bitch, you. What up, Musically? What's up, Cloud Fox? I didn't even really do much with the drums, you know what I'm saying? All I did was find a good preset and run with it. I mean, because I can't really do, I'm not even going to hold y'all. Like, I can't really do cinematic drums. That's not like my strength. I never kind of really tried to do them, but it's not something I really tried to do before. Yo, you know what would be dope? I don't want to ask for too much, but if I can get like some super chunky ass fucking gnarly, you know, guitar, you know, that goes like the doom doom, you know, some shit. I mean, I guess I could probably pencil something in. No, I'm not grabbing the guitar today either. Not today. What's up, Jakey Wakey? Kill this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to give me something, chump, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't. He said use that code. Yeah, did he mention something about it? Yeah, touch tone. It is expensive. I just did a review on this today, actually. I was telling Dave, I saw the drums on Instagram. Because you know I'm follow UJam and shit. You know, obviously I rock with UJam. You know, and I just messaged them and I said, hey man, I want to do a review on that. Can y'all send it over? They're going to send it over. And then I was like, can I get a 20% off coupon or something, or some kind of discount for the peoples? And they were like, yeah, that's cool. And then I was like, can I just forego any affiliate link and just get an extra percentage off? So they gave me 25% off. It is like 170, but I think it's like 124 without my discount. It's expensive, but I mean, obviously I'm privileged to be like, it's worth it to me because I got it, you know, whatever. But I think they're fire. There's a ton of presets, a ton of effects, ton of sounds. You can check out my video today if you want to. You can check out my video if you want to today that I did, and it'll show you a bunch of the presets and everything, because it's like, it's fire, man. It's a really good plugin. And somebody said it's something about Drum Monkey. I'm like, man, Drum Monkey ain't got shit on this. I mean, you know, Drum Monkey's just random drum midis with FL stock drums. This shit, like, all the presets are fire on this. And then you get like, these are all different sounds down here. So these are like different drum sounds together. And then up here you have presets. And so then the presets, you see how many presets there are. The presets change all of this stuff up in here. And then it's UJam. So you know you're going to get a bunch of different effects. You get motion effects, crossover effects. You get high drums, low drums. You just get a lot. It's pretty fire. And there's a free trial. Try the free trial first. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get the free trial, and if it's something that you want to rock with, just get it, I think my discount goes until the end of the month, and then obviously Black Friday sales start. So, but get the free sample, the free demo, and try it out. That shit's fire. That shit's fire. But I had to get it immediately because I've been trying to make beats like this, a lot lately. Like, you guys have been on the stream, so you guys know I've been making like drill beats and a lot of drill beats and stuff like that. That's why the video was extra funny when I start cracking up and I was trying to make a dark cinematic beat, something like this. And then I got that fucking straight popish, drill beat or whatever the fuck you want to call that shit I made. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I fucked up. Delete. Sorry, I like to get my stuff in order. So I meant to get all these melodic pieces down here. Move down one more, because I think I'm going to get one more guitar in here. Put this here. All right, so now let's go ahead and structure this a little bit better now. All right, so now we looking all right. Control B, Control B. 1, 2, 3. So I want to get all this out of here. I might have the 808 come in the last bar though. We'll see how that sounds in a sec. Figure out which one of these noises I want to use. Can't even hear that. Might as well just get it out of here. So I want to probably going to take a lot of this shit out of here. Maybe I should not be an idiot and send all this stuff to the mixer track so I can damn, there's a lot of tracks. All right. Mark the Gemini, what's good, bro? Cree accent, what's good, man? He didn't even get, I said something to him and it was lost in translation yesterday because I made that, I don't know if you saw the video today, but I was talking about you're going to have a field day when you see that video because it was another happy drill beat. I meant, that meant field day here means, having a field day means you're going to have a bunch of jokes or, you know, it's going to be funny when you see that shit because, you know, you always talk about me making happy ass drill beats. The discount code is SumnSumnSumn20. It should be was somebody at Nefertiti that that code? I don't know where she's at in the stream. Sometimes sometimes you never know where somebody's at in the stream. You don't know if they're up to date or if they're a little behind or whatever. I never know where y'all are at. It's hella chaotic. I mean, obviously I'm going to take some stuff out for the chorus. I don't know what I'm going to take out yet, but let's put this back on. I want to have like a little break, so maybe I'll take all this shit out and I'll just have the guitar play at the end right there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, take out like half this bar, and then like we'll only have the guitar. Something's carrying over though. It's just maybe I'll just take all that shit out and just let the drums go. Or I might have to take the drums out a little bit earlier because it's just not a clean drop. I guess I could make the still not hitting as hard as I wanted to hit. We'll come back to that though. I just gotta fix that drop so it hits a little harder. Because if somebody sent this beat to me in a beat critique, I'd be like, the beat is hard, but you gotta figure out how to get the drop to be a little smoother. Have a good night, Banta. First off, all this shit can just come down a little bit. Hey, yo, Bam. What happened to your boys last night? Barkley already talking about they got to trade Russ. I feel for Russ a little bit, though. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough year for the Lakers, man. And what's funny is, like, I got a buddy named Ricky who I used to run a podcast with, and this dude is a diehard Laker fan. So as soon as he woke up this morning, instead of even acknowledging the Lakers game happened last night, he's like a Michael Jordan hater. But he's the type of Michael Jordan hater that you hate debating with, because he's like, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. But then he always talks about why he thinks LeBron's better. But he's like, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. So it's like, debating with him is rough, because it's like, he's the type of person that'll put up a post like, Scottie Pippen carried the Bulls in the playoffs other than, Jordan only did one thing. But it's like, nigga, when you look at Jordan, like the stat line he puts up, it's like, oh, Scottie Pippen was carrying the Bulls in the finals. Look at the stats. And it's like, Jordan had 3,700 points, Scottie Pippen had 2,200 points. So Michael Jordan had 1,500 points, almost double the amount of points. It don't matter what other stats look like. This motherfucker almost doubled his amount of points in the finals. And then like Pippen has like 20 more assists, 60 more rebounds. Bro, those little bitty in-between stats doesn't mean that he carried the team. This one man scored 1,500 more points than the other man did. That's the end of the conversation, it's just the arguments that you have sometimes with people who hate Jordan are absolutely insane. And I like LeBron. I'm sincerely a LeBron fan. I like KD. I like Steph. I like good players. I like to watch excellence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of person who wants to sit back like 10 years later and be like, damn, I can't believe I hated on LeBron his whole career. Or damn, I can't believe I hated on KD and I missed all them good games and all that good basketball he did, Yeah, you can't. And so then, me, I bring up the random post. So I'm random right as soon as that, because that was intended towards me in the group. You could see it. It's in the sports group. And then I'm like, Michael Jordan's never lost a playoff series when he had one all-star teammate. You know what I'm saying? One other all-star teammate. So 2 all-stars on a team. Whenever there's been 2 all-stars on a team, he's never lost a playoff series. So they were like, well, what about the year when he unretired? There was only 1 all-star on the team. You know what I'm saying? And it was Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the dude just came back from fucking injury. I mean, just came back from being retired for 2 years. What's up, Giannis? All right, so I think I got basically the beat. I'm going to just copy and paste this over. And then I'm gonna do the cinematic drums at the beginning. Why are you moving so slow, my dude? What are y'all gonna do if I move to Arizona and like the first time I get on a live stream, I pull out Ableton and I start making beats on Ableton? All right, let's see what this sounds like. Unsub. I report the channel. What's up, online online fun and entertainment. Yeah, that came out all right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did all right. Y'all did all right. Y'all did y'all's thing tonight. Y'all did all right. What's good? What's good? Carbon, what's good? Online fun and ENT. I always get skeptical when I see something that says like online fun or something, because next thing you know, here come the Tinder date spam messages. Not saying that you're spam, but everybody in the chat gets that shit. If you've been into some live streams, you've definitely seen the spam bots. So I don't know what we're going to do here, guys. I got a little bit longer. I'm not going to stay on forever because I got to pack some stuff up. And because I got a very tight schedule. I don't want to have a tight schedule because I make my own schedule. But I've already shot Friday's video and it's edited. I just got to make a thumbnail. I'm not streaming Friday, but I'm going to spend tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday putting together that interface video. I don't know if I'm going to drop the interface video though before I get to Phoenix, or if I'll drop it when I'm in Phoenix. I'm not sure yet. But that's going to take me a few days to do, because it's like a lot of work. It's like a lot of different recording and the different interfaces, and then it's like B-roll shots, and it's like a fucking headache. Like, it's a headache. I wish I would have only gotten like 6 interfaces instead of 10, because doing like reviewing 10 items is difficult. I put a lot on my own plate. I'm a dummy for that. But I need to get that done. So, no, I'm not going to go to Nebraska no more. I have one of my buddies is going to mail me everything that I need for my storage garage. So he's going to go in there for me, and he's going to get all my studio equipment, because that's all I really need. Like I told him, if he could sell all of my like furniture and all the stuff in there, and then we can just like split the cost or whatever. So I'll give him half or whatever, because it's not like I don't really want all this old stuff from like my marriage and all that other stuff. I don't really want like my old bedroom sets. I don't really need my kids' bedroom sets anymore. Like I don't need my washers and dryers, grills. I don't need all that shit that's in there. Couches. I don't need all that shit that's in there. So I don't have a problem getting new shit, because it's just a one-time payment. So but it's the studio equipment that I don't want to lose, because I have it's the studio equipment that I don't want to lose because I have already invested so much money into the storage garage that I just kind of want my my turntables, my mixer. I got wireless mics. I got my sub. My sub for my studio monitors. Like I have a bunch of records in there. I need those. Like I got Michael Jackson, Thriller, Off the Wall. I got all these records from my parents, and they're all in like tip top shape. And then I have a bunch of other records and shit that I just want. Like I have a ton of records, you know what I'm saying? So I want to get all that stuff. I have some nice turntables in there, just a bunch of shit, man. I got like some stuff that I really want. Like I really want a lot of my old studio equipment. And so that'll be dope though, because once I get all that stuff, dude, my studio is going to be like sick, because I'm going to have all kinds of shit, I just want the shit, So he'll send all that stuff to me probably a little bit after I get to Phoenix. I'm going to send him the key and all that stuff next week. He's going to Vegas actually this weekend for his birthday and for his bachelor party. He's getting married next month. So, but here's the thing, Bam, it's going to be I got to ship all this other stuff that I'm sending anyway. So you have to think, Yeah, it's gonna be banked to ship it, but it's gonna be banked to get a U-Haul and drive a U-Haul from Nebraska to Arizona too. Or like I'm basically just shipping all my studio stuff from here, and then whatever I I can get whatever I need or whatever. I'm not really too concerned with like I said, furniture and shit. You can just buy new furniture. But if I was to get a U-Haul and drive from here to Nebraska to Arizona, that's like 3-4 grand. So it's not going to cost me that much to ship the stuff that I need, if that makes sense. Yeah, I haven't checked out the the MPK yet. I like what kind of online funded ENT. What kind of yeah, I'm just gonna fly out there. What kind of board do you have? I mean, what program do you use? Do you use FL Studio? Because if you use FL Studio, I'm gonna recommend 1 or 2 boards. I will always recommend this board right here. It's the Arturia Collab Essentials 49. If you get it from Zounds, you'll get Analog Lab V with it, I believe. We can take a look real quick. I'll take a look and see what it's offering. But that's like a key selling point to me is the Arturia to get I'm stuttering here, is to get Analog Labs. That's like a key factor for me. And it's a good board. It does a good job. I've had it for almost 2 years now. I really enjoy it. I have another board in Nebraska. It's a Akai MPK 49. And I used to really like that board, but I like this board more than that Akai. The other board I would recommend is, again, you didn't tell me what software you're using. Or what DAW do you use? So, Collab. And you can go with this one that's 209. Have a good one, Drew. This right here, it's just a fire board. Yeah, I can check it out. I haven't ever heard it yet. But this comes with, so it says Analog Lab 2, but it's going to come with the Analog Lab V. This is the same exact board I got. I got it from Zounds and everything. It's going to come with Analog Labs, and then you just upgrade to Analog Lab V for free. Analog V is worth $200 itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I use that plugin every day, every single day. I use Analog Lab V every day of my life. That's probably the plugin that I use the most. Yeah, that's probably the plugin I use the most. That or Omnisphere, and then Knock by Decap. Those 3 plugins are the plugins that I use on every single beat that I make. Let me see what that lead sounds like. bro, I would recommend then. I would recommend that Collab. I mean, I love the keyboard. I use it all the time. And you can see countless amount of people. You can see countless amount of people. Whenever you see that white MIDI keyboard on somebody's YouTube channel, they're using that Arteria Collab. There's like a ton of people who would recommend this Collab as well. Another company that makes good keyboards is Novation. Novation I don't know how it's going to correlate with Waveform. I don't know much about Waveform, but I do know that Novation's their keybed to me feels better on the keyboards that I felt than this Arteria. But this Arteria just gets the job done, man. I don't mind the pads. I don't mind. It just gets the job done for me. Yeah, I got it back. Let's see. All right, so we'll listen to it from the beginning to the end again real quick. It coming right here, right? Goes. Y'all killed this one tonight. Y'all killed this one. So, and y'all got any big plans for the week? You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing anything big this weekend or anything like that? About to. You want to sing some corn over that? Yo, what was I? Yo, I started watching this new YouTube channel, and like, I want to start doing. I'm probably gonna start doing like content, like reaction content. I'm gonna react to all kinds of shit. When I get to Phoenix, I'm gonna do like reaction videos with my roommate. I'm still always gonna do this. This is always gonna be what I do like focus on. But like, I feel like I want to do like retrospective stuff, because like I feel like I can do a pretty good job of explaining stuff. But I want to call my channel like the Purple Pill or something stupid like that, because it's like I'm more of in between like red pill and blue pill. Like, I don't really believe, like, I don't believe in alphas and betas and shit like that, because I know some motherfuckers who are the most calm, laid back people in the world, And if one of those red pill motherfuckers called them a beta, they would beat the dog shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the whole alpha beta shit is like the stupidest fucking conversation in the world. People just have different personalities. People see different things. And so like, I feel like in that space, especially like the red pill community, it's ridiculous that there's these people who give all these advice to these dudes on how to get women and how to do all this shit. But these dudes don't got no game. These motherfuckers ain't never been married. They don't really know what women want. They just tell dudes how to act like fucking assholes and treat women like shit. And so I don't disagree with a lot of the stuff that they say, but I don't agree with everything that they say either. And the same from like the other side of the table. Like the red pill community is like a bunch of dudes who are teaching other dudes how to be selfish, because it's like there are a lot of the stuff that they teach dudes is just basically fuck that bitch's feelings at the end. I mean, just I'm gonna break it down like that. That's how they be, and it's like you're not gonna really be in a successful relationship if you think like that. Like you have these dudes who don't really have game, like especially Fresh and Fit. I always go in on them dudes because Myron's a fucking straight nerd. This dude was a fed. It's not like he was no pimp. He ain't got no game. And then the other dude, Fresh. If you're listening to Fresh's advice on how to get girls, you need to, I don't want to say, you know what I'm saying, harm yourself, but it's like these dudes give the worst advice, and they're talking about, well, this is what what high value men are looking for, but you're not talking to high value men. So first off, you're not necessarily the man, or you weren't before you started this YouTube channel that you're talking about, and you're trying to teach these guys how to act like. Because if you are, we'll say me for instance, all right, I'm not some 6-figure income dude. So how can I listen to some dude tell me how to treat a woman who wants this top 10% of dudes? Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be like treating a chick who's on the same level as you like shit, you know what I'm saying, and doing all this scandalous shit and acting like a jerk. Something different with me today. Yeah, the spectacles. Something hit the spectacles. But I just want to, I want to be like, I want to be like the reverse effect. I don't want to be like all the way blue pill, because I'm not no feminist. Like, women be fucking up, women be doing scandalous ass shit. But just to give a better perspective of somebody who has been married, somebody who has been in multiple long-term relationships, like, you don't have to have all this shit that they tell you that you have to have in order to get a decent woman, or a pretty woman, or attractive woman, all that other shit. You just have to be on your game, and you have to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a broke motherfucker right now who's got a sugar mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a broke motherfucker. There's a broke fat motherfucker right now who has a fine ass wife because she digs his personality. He ran some game on her and she ate that. She soaked that shit up. So it's not necessarily, not always. Obviously, some women, all they care about is money. Those aren't the women you should be focusing on. Like I understand we get on IG and we see all these IG models, but if you see this bitch is getting flown out all the way, all the time, that's not the chick you should be focused on. That's where you need to start, is the chicks that you're focusing on. Don't focus on the wrong chicks, I mean, everybody should be a feminist by definition, because the definition of a feminist is just for basically equality for women. Now, it's the extreme feminists and all that other stuff is where people get caught up. And so, like, it's the extreme feminists who make the feminism move look bad, because it's like, y'all hoes is going too far. Y'all hoes is tripping. Y'all hoes is fucking straight tripping. Like, y'all talking about, it's 2022. Like, the world's about as equal as it's going to be as far as, like, well, the U.S., because yes, like, some of the stuff that they talk about in the red pill community is correct. Like, women will be like, well, equal pay. Well, y'all don't do the same jobs. So, like, y'all, like they say, you're not doing construction, you're not doing plumbing, you're not doing all this other shit. You're not an electrician. You're mining oil and all that other stuff. And so in return, a lot of women will say, well, we're nurses and we're helping people back to health and all this other stuff. We're teachers. Okay, you are 1000% right. You're a nurse, great job. You're a teacher, great job. But without those construction people, those plumbers, those electricians, where would you be a nurse at? Where would you be a teacher at? So as important as your job is, you need somebody to create the place where you could do your job at. And so, you know, like it's not really, and those jobs are more dangerous than being a nurse and all that other stuff. So you pay gap, you can't really talk about. And then like, you know, as hard as it sounds and hard as it is to say, dudes aren't taking maternity leave for kids and all this other stuff. So it's easier for an employer to hire some dude for this CEO position because you don't have to worry about this person disappearing for, you know, however many days, 6 months, however long, you know, to get your kid ready. You're not even sure if you're going to come back afterwards. Again, I understand having kids and all that's a part of life, but it's not the employer's fault. And I feel like, yes, you have to protect women. We have to protect women from, you know, getting taken advantage of, and they shouldn't be losing their jobs and stuff like that. But if you are an employer, you should have the right to hire a single man versus you know, a woman with a family if you want to, you know, because you know for a fact the dude's gonna be there every day. You never know what's gonna happen with this woman who's leaving, take care of her kids, and all other stuff. So all that stuff's not necessarily factored in when they talk about how dudes this, dudes that, but women get all kinds of different advantages and stuff like that. They do get hired for jobs because they look good. They get all kinds of different treated special because they look good. A dude can't get on OnlyFans if he looks good and just make $1 million. Like, look at the whole, I don't know if you guys pay attention to like Twitch streamers and all that, you know, it's just the crazy world of hot tub streams and stuff like that. I don't really like rock with that shit because it's like, I'm old, man. I'm not really like no thirsty ass teenager. So I'm not like watching like that shit on YouTube. That's not the shit that I watch on Twitch and YouTube. But that chick Amaranth, I only really know about this because Playback ran I watched the Playback's reaction videos and they were talking about it. And this chick Amaranth, pretty chick, she Twitch streams. She's like one of the top Twitch streamers. She's like hot tub streams and she's got her OnlyFans. No dude could do what she does and make $1.2 million a month just sitting in a hot tub writing people's names on their arm. Dudes can't get paid for that shit. So it's not like the world's about as equal as it's going to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes ain't running around slapping their wives around anymore. You know, like, women get advantages. Like, you get the kids. If you get a divorce, you get half. If you get a divorce, you get all this shit. You get all this shit that dudes can't get, you know? I be streaming in my kiddie pool. He said you should. Hey, Dave, if you can make it work, Siri, nobody called you up, girl. You need to calm down. But if I forgot what I was gonna say. I mean, if that's what you want to do, Dave, man, you know, I'll support you. I'm not tuning in or no shit like that. But I'll sit here and be like, hey, man, rock that shit out. You know what I'm saying on stream. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Oh, that's funny. What's up, Kari? I don't know if I said what's up. I meant to. But yeah, y'all think about the vamp up out of here. What'd you say? Yeah, they should be mad. Oh, no. Feeds, beats. I can't deal with y'all niggas. I can't deal with y'all. Oh, my God. I can't deal with y'all. Yeah, I mean, you know, you should have to pay alimony. And that's like one thing that they hate, but it's like, or what I don't get, what gets me about this generation is that they want traditional marriages, right? So they want a man to support and, you know, provide for them, which, okay, that's fine. You know, men have been doing that since the beginning of time. So that's cool. I have no problem with that. But then they want to work jobs and they want the man to pay all the bills. Then they want to take their money and they want to spend their money on whatever it is that they want to spend their money on. So whether it's like purses, outfit, whatever the fuck that they want to spend their money on, they don't feel like they should have to pay bills. And then one step further is then they use that I'm working, so I shouldn't have to cook, I shouldn't have to clean, I shouldn't have to do all that shit. But it's like, you're only working for yourself. So the man is working for both of you guys because he's paying all the bills, he's doing all this stuff. You have some little job that you can just, you know, get money and do whatever it is that you want to do. But your job isn't helping the family. Your job is helping you. So you still should be required to cook and clean and do all that other stuff because you're not bringing any income and you're not bringing anything to support the family. And so I know that sounds harsh, but it probably doesn't sound harsh to any of you guys because you guys are guys and you understand it. But I get it. I mean, I get it. You know, you can't have it both ways. You can't want to do to support you, but you don't want to do the basic stuff that a woman has typically done throughout time. So. But if you do pay half the bills, then you guys, it should be, equal everything. Like if y'all splitting the bills, or if the dude makes more, you make less, but you're paying 30% of the bills or 25% of the bills, then he should be cooking, cleaning, and all that stuff 25 or 50% of the time, whatever it is that you guys work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like if a chick is working and contributing that she has to do everything. So, he said, my wife gave me $5K for the studio. Hey, tell her I need about $5K for my studio too. And like, I'm just giving it like that's from perspective too, from somebody who's been through all this stuff. I've been through all the shit that they're talking about. I've been through all that shit, man. I can speak on this shit very well, opposed to a lot of them. They can't speak on this shit. They can't speak on why it should be the way that it is. Like, it got to a point where when I was married for the grip, I'll run it back to the beginning. When I first got with my ex-wife, and when I moved in with her, I wasn't working, but I was doing music. So I was working. I was doing shows and stuff like that. So I was getting paid by throwing shows and recording people and all this other stuff. But she afforded most of the bills. So she paid rent. She paid most of the bills. So I always cooked and I always cleaned. I had no problem with that shit because I'm like, I cook pretty well, So I had no problem cooking. I had no problem cleaning. I had no problem doing any of that shit. Well, she got pregnant. And when she got to a certain point of pregnancy, I was like, I'm just going to go back to work because I can make decent money and she can just not work. It's fine with me. So in my mind, and through curved conversation, it was supposed to be now she's cooking, now she's cleaning, now she's doing the laundry, she's doing all that shit. She didn't want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So then it was always a fight every day of, why is it that you can't do the basics? You want a traditional marriage, but you don't want to do traditional stuff. And so then it was always the conversations trying to be flipped back on me. And it's like, no, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm still doing the music. I'm working 60 hours a week. I'm doing all the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm paying all the bills. I'm doing everything. Your part of this fucking team is to raise the child and to take care of the home. And so she didn't like that shit. And so she didn't work for like 2.5 years. She had to clean. She had to cook. She didn't always want to cook. So it was always a fight. It was always a struggle. So she opted to go back to work versus just being a house mom, which is what she wanted to be in the first place. So it's like, it's difficult because with women, you can make a plan, and when a woman changes her mind, she thinks that that's just okay. But it's like, no, we made a plan. Like, I planned my life around this plan, and you can't just wake up one morning and be like, nah, fuck that shit. I don't want to do that shit no more. And then just switch everything up because you fucked up my whole plan. You fucked up everything that I had going, my trajectory, in order to support this plan that we decided to do together. So once she started working, she was only working like part-time at first and stuff like that, but she still wasn't paying the bills. I was paying all the bills, whatever. I was cool because she hadn't worked for a while, whatever. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't care. So, I mean, long story short, it was always a struggle back and forth of roles and responsibilities in the marriage. It's like, you get with the man, you expect the man to lead you. We're doing all right. We're doing pretty good. I'm making good money. Then she started working full time and she was making good money. So at that point in time, I was the boss. You know what I'm saying? I was the general manager. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to. I make my own schedule. So I decided that it would be better if I got off work at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was going to work at like 4 and 5 in the morning, and I was working till like, 4 at night or whatever, 4 or 5. I picked the kids up and then I'd come home and cook. But you got to get the kids ready for bed. You got to fucking clean up the kitchen. You got to do the other half of that shit. So then she always complained about shit like doing the dishes. And it's like, girl, I just worked. I went to work at 4 o'clock this morning. I worked till 4 o'clock this afternoon. I went and got the kids. I got the kids home, got them to do whatever they had to do before I could start cooking dinner. Then I had to freaking cook dinner and do all this other stuff. And then you come home and bam, dinner's ready, the kids are all settled, everything's ready to go, and you're complaining about doing the fucking dishes? Are you fucking serious? Like, you didn't even have to I had to get up at fucking 3:30 this morning. You didn't even get up until 7:30. You know what I'm saying? Your workday consisted of like 7.5 hours. You know, like what the fuck are you really complaining about? And that be the problem with like relationships. It's like women, they only see what it is that they want to see. And so I'm not saying every woman's like this, and I'm not saying now, I'm not saying every woman's like this, but a lot of women are like this. And that's what makes it difficult when you get into these relationships. It's because they don't see all the shit that you do. Like, she understand, like, I'm a general manager at McDonald's. That's one of the hardest jobs that you can do from a mentality standpoint, because everybody knows what it's like to walk into a fucking McDonald's, right? I quit a job that I love to go work at McDonald's so she can go work a job so I could pay daycare. You know what I'm saying? So like, because they paid me so much more because I was so good at that job for so many years. So not understanding how much stress I have to work at. And my McDonald's was in the fucking hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, the worst scenario that you could possibly imagine as a restaurant manager. And, you know, instead of understanding why I'm so stressed out every day, you just want to complain about having to fucking do the dishes and give the kids a bath. You know, like, bitch, we got a roof over our head. You got food. The kids always got presents. The kids always got shit. You know, we got shit. You know, like, what the fuck are you complaining about? So, you know, sorry I went on that rant, but that's kind of what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I don't want to put the onus all on the women, because us as men, we make poor decisions too. You know, we fucking make some poor ass decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, just sometimes some of the shit that we spend our time on. Like, a dude will fucking get off work and fucking play video games from 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night. And granted, I understand video games are fun. I've been a gamer. If you're not streaming or if you're not making money off of it, you should either be trying to figure out another hustle. You should be figuring out spending time with your woman or your kids or whatever the case is. But we don't do that. We think that just because we're at home and we're playing video games for 7 hours, that she should be content because we're at home. And that's not the case either. You got to give her time. You got to do the shit that she wants you to do too. And it's like, just because you're in a relationship and it's your responsibility to lead the relationship, you don't get to make all the fucking decisions. You motherfuckers she's got to be happy too with the decisions that you make. So it just goes both ways, man. It goes both ways. I can see the error in the things that I've done too. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm like this super like perfect being, because I'm far from that. I'm fucking flawed. I have done all kinds of fucked up shit. I have done a bunch of stupid ass shit. You know, like, I could have probably held back a little bit on how much music I was doing at the time, because granted, if you're working 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week, and then you're spending, you know, I get home, I'd cook, I'd spend time with the kids go to bed. You know, when she gets them to bed, I'm in the basement working on music from like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night till like 2 in the morning. And I mean, I'm not shitting y'all. Y'all can see how much I grind now. If if you've been following the channel for a while, you guys know how much videos I put out. You guys know when I was working, I was still putting out 3-4 videos a week. I was still streaming 3 times a week. I was still working 5 days a week. So I just never been the person that wasn't doing much. So I'd work on music till 2, then I'd sleep till 4 or maybe 5 if I had to work at 6 that day or whatever the case was, you know? And then it was an everyday thing, but that was every single day, every day. And I was throwing shows even though I was working. So I might have a show till 2:30 in the morning. If I had a show, obviously I'm not working till like 7 or something, but I'd come home at like, 3:30, I'd fall right to sleep. I'd get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I would go to work. And then it was just a chain. It was nonstop. It's like, I've always been somebody who has been goal-oriented and just a hard worker. And maybe I shouldn't have worked so hard. Maybe I should have took some hours back from work. Maybe just because I wanted to run a great store, fuck that. Maybe I should have focused on my wife a little more and took in 10 more hours a week back and given that 10 hours back to her. So again, it goes both ways. And I don't feel like either one of the communities, the red pill or the blue pill community, give you the perspective from both sides. So like, I feel like I could do this, like as like a different channel, and then like do shit like interview young girls or whatever the case is, because that's obviously what people want to see. They want to see girls. So we'll get some girls, we'll get some guys on a panel or something like that, and we'll just do like episodes and then do like reaction videos and shit like that on that channel. Have a good one, Carbon. But I just feel like this is like the conversations that people need to hear too, because you tune into the shit that you want to hear. So if you're prescribed to a certain channel or you're prescribed to a certain mindset, and anybody, it could be one person on earth who agrees with you, that one person is all you need to gas you up. And so like we get all these channels where some of what you're saying is right, but some of what you're saying is absolutely insane. Like the shit that blows my fucking mind in the red pill community that they sincerely think should slide is that it's okay for a guy to cheat on his girl with as many women as you want. My thoughts on that is I don't feel like I would be cool with polygamy and stuff like that, because I don't feel like human nature is to be settled down with one person forever. But if you get into a relationship and part of the commitment that you make in the relationship is that you won't cheat on this person, and that's part of what you base your relationship on, then it's not okay to cheat on this person, because for the same thing that we were talking about a minute ago about women change their mind, and it's not okay when they change their mind. It's not okay when you break the terms of the relationship. But this is going to sound a little scummy, but if it's just assumed that, cheating is not okay and the conversation never comes up, you never cross that bridge. You know what I'm saying? And so if you do what you do, you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's okay in the relationship, then it's okay in the relationship. But if you agree to some term of a relationship, it's not okay for you to break the relationship term and then be like, well, I'm a dude, that's what we're supposed to do. You should not have made that term at the beginning of the relationship. There are a lot of women out there who don't care whether you mess around outside of the relationship or not, or are down for polygamous relationships. You just have to find them. What's up, C-Ray? Yeah, you said that I fell off. I'm just saying, man. I mean, you get what I'm saying, man. Like, that's not okay. That's part of what's not okay. Like, I was with my wife for the grip, and I've never, this is a hard one to talk about because I've never cheated on a girl, but I've never cheated on a girl per se, but I have followed rules of the relationship that were set out. So you can take that how you want to take it, because I didn't cheat. I just followed the rules of the relationship as the relationship was laid out at that point. So if I've ever told somebody that I wasn't going to cheat on them, I'm not going to cheat on them because I gave my word. And that's what's fucked up too, is like word is bond. The generation I'm from, word is bond. And so like, if I tell you I'm gonna do some shit, I'm gonna do that shit. And if I can't, I'm gonna rectify the situation and I'm gonna let you know how the shit happens. So that's why whenever we're on these streams and I'm always like, I'll be here this day or I'll be here that day, or I feel apologetic when something happens, whenever I can't stream or whatever happens, I'm apologetic because word is fucking bond. Your word is your fucking bond. And so that's why I am, the way that I am. And that's why sometimes you guys be like, why is this dude apologizing for missing the stream? I could just watch somebody else instead of him. It's because, you make a commitment and you're supposed to follow through on that commitment. And my eyes were closed. But it just, I feel like just these conversations would, just be dope, because it's not like it's, we all have life experience. Everybody's got life experience, but everybody's life experience is different. I'm not sure what it was. I slipped on some ice and I fell, girl. I fell right into that pootie tang. Hey, that would be a nice name too. Something on my mind. I probably should keep it with my brand though, huh? But yeah, what got me is I've been watching this girl. I didn't even know this chick had a main channel. Like all of a sudden, like a week ago, some channel pops up in my feed called Just Pearly Things. Now keep in mind, I don't watch blue pill content. Like I don't watch red pill, blue pill content. I don't watch that shit. So it just popped up in my feed and it was Just Pearly Things. And like, it was just a bunch of random clips from this like white girl who's in England, and she's red pill. So she's like breaking down to women why guys are the way that they are and all the faults that women have and shit like that. I don't know how, I mean, it seems genuine, but I don't know. Sometimes she seems disingenuous too, because it's a smart lane to get into as a girl. Like sometimes I don't know if I can fully believe a girl who's red pill, because you're basically just going at women. Now, I do believe some women do go at women, because I know women, you know, we talk to them. Some women be like, these chicks are crazy. But when I just watched her content, and it was just like a bunch of clips, you know, she had like 500,000, you know, subscribers or whatever. And so, you know, I'm just watching all these clips, and then today some other shit pops up, and it's like her main channel. I was like, she got a main channel? Bitch got 6.9 million subscribers. I'm like, how have I never seen this chick, and she's in this fucking community, you know? But her content's not bad, because the one thing that's cool about her, the way she portrays the red pill content, is that since she's a girl, she's not disrespectful. And that's the fucked up shit about like the red pill community. Like, I don't know if y'all saw when DJ Academics was on Fresh and Fit the other day. I only saw this because a lot of people are reacting to the clips, and I just get, you know, obviously, you know how YouTube is, man. You watch one video a year ago and they're still gonna be bringing up shit that you ain't probably gonna watch again. And so Academic and Sneeko, probably because I was watching some shit on Sneeko, and which this is like really disappointing for Sneeko, because it's like, dude, the picture you try to paint of yourself, and now you're on this fucking Fresh and Fit fucking show. You're making fun of this chick who has a deep voice, right? Yeah, the chick has a deep voice, man. It's fucked up. But your facial hair don't connect. She can crack jokes on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got issues and flaws too. You was on the internet crying about when your girl broke up with you because you cheated on her and shit. Like, you're red pill because of the decision that you made. You know what I'm saying? You weren't red pill before that relationship with that girl. You were on some other shit with trying to expose people and shit, but you weren't red pill until you cheated on your girlfriend and she broke up on you. That shit is your fault. You shouldn't be red pill for that shit. So he's on the podcast making fun of this chick. The chick's pretty too. She's a pretty chick. And so he's making fun of her. And then Academics just shows up out of nowhere. And so then he's like, big axe in the house, big axe home, big axe in the big, shut your bitch ass up, Academics. You're the same nigga that be calling police on rappers when you be talking shit about them and they try to press you and shit. The same motherfucker that wouldn't come outside when Rory pulled up. You are not big axe, nigga. You are some bitch ass nigga, you know? And so Ack starts going in on this chick, and they're calling her Pop Smoke because of her voice and shit like that. So she was just like, I don't know why you're talking shit with your fat ass. You can't even see your dick over your belly. I was done. I was like, damn, she killed this dude, right? And then from there, these niggas proceeded to just scream and yell at some chick, knowing goddamn well the chick can't fucking press them. It's not like she can get up and punch them or go hard on them. Like, dude, you're a bitch ass dude. If you're sitting in a podcast, you just hop into the podcast, start making fun of some chick, she jones you back, and then you just start screaming and yelling and not letting anybody else get a word in. And then there were some other dudes on the other end of the table, and dude's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And so Act's like, well, you know, and so when he talks to the dude, he fucking puts on his fucking inside voice. But then as soon as the dude says something, then he goes back to the chick because he wants to put his outside voice back on. And so it's like, that's what I hate about that community, is that they're just teaching dudes to treat women like shit, and that's fucked up, you know? And it's just going to be worse. And the reason I probably care so much is because I have kids. And so since I have kids, I know that my kids are going to be fucking, you know, they're going to be affected by the way that society is and the way that it's just continually, increasingly getting worse. Like, what's going to happen is that men and women are basically going to have a civil war. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's leading to. You know, it's getting to the point to where dudes and women are just fighting, and like, my niggas, why are we fighting with each other? You know, I understand relationships don't work, and I understand like people break up, but you can't hate every woman because you picked a bad apple. You can't hate every man because you picked a bad apple, you know? Yeah, Academics is probably right. That dude is trash. I don't understand. It upsets me that he has such a huge following. Not because I'm jealous, not because it's because he shouldn't have the voice that he has. This dude is just a dude who just drinks and fucking comments on hip hop, but he's not even like an aficionado. He just basically just Twitch streams for so long that he picked up a following, and then he got on Complex, and then obviously, you know, he's blown up from there. But it's like, this dude is not about the culture, and he swears that he's about the culture, but he's not about the culture, dude. You hang out with snitches, like you hang out with 6ix9ine. That's not hip hop. That's not the culture. That's not what we do. We don't roll with snitches. We don't defend snitches. We don't do none of that shit. We don't get on the internet and we don't pop smoke against whatever. You don't talk about Meek Mill, and then when Meek Mill presses you, you want to call the police on him. We don't, like, you find out some dirt on Rory that he may have been cheating on his fiance or whatever. Again, I'm not condoning cheating, but it's not your responsibility to get on your platform and start talking about this dude, Rory, buying Birkenback. Rory's not even talking about you. So it's like you're beefing with this dude who don't even bring up your name, right? So you're going to tell the whole entire world this dude's business. So not only did you fuck up his engagement, but you fucked up his fiance's life. We don't know if they had an agreement or a negotiation. Maybe he could cheat. Maybe he could step out. And it could be one of those things where it's okay as long as nobody finds out, because now I'm embarrassed in front of my family, in front of my people. So you don't know what their relationship is set up like. And so when Rory came over to press you, you wouldn't come outside and you called the police. And so it's like academic, that's not fucking gangster. That's not hip hop. That's not G, you know? So it's like this dude does all this bitch shit. All this bitch shit is documented, and he talks about all the bitch shit he does, and his following just keeps getting bigger. It's like, how many bitch ass motherfuckers are in the world? Because if you follow that dude, you know, you might be you might be the same shit that he is, you know? So yeah, Ack is trash, dude. Ack is trash. Ack is trash. I just don't understand. Like like Funkmaster Flex is trash too, but like growing up, we had Joe Claire. You know what I'm saying? We had Big Tigger. You know what I'm saying? We had Ed Money and what's my guy's name? Ed Lover and what was my other guy's name? But you know, we had some real ones, you know, and then it's just progressively turned into people screaming for views. It's like people getting loud, people yelling, people screaming. That's what get views nowadays. So that's what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to be screaming like Stephen A. Smith. Everybody wants to be all loud. Nobody wants to just talk, you know? Nobody wants to converse. Nobody wants to listen. You can learn a lot more listening than you can talking, you know? Yeah, Ed Lover was dope. What was the other guy's? It was Ed Lover and the fat guy, man. I mean, I don't want to call him the fat guy because I watched that shit every fucking time it came on. I used to love me some Yellow T Raps. Yeah, you ain't lying, C-Ray. You ain't lying. You are definitely what you hang with, man. And that's what's, yeah, Dre. Dr. Dre, too. It was Dr. Dre, too, because he was the other Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre and Ed Lover. Hey, good call on that one, Kari. But I mean, would y'all tune in if this is what if this was like conversations that I had and stuff, just random shit like this, but I was with my homie talking too, you know, like, you know, we were just in retrospective talking, you know, you guys know Hijack. Well, some of y'all do. He comes in here. You guys already know. You already know what the deal is. You know, if I did like a couple, like maybe on the channel, we did one reaction and we did like, or maybe a couple reactions, but we do the reactions in as a way of which we are shifting the conversation like this, because I don't want to just do the typical reaction where it's you watch the whole video and you only talk for 30 seconds. I would more so like to grab like 30 seconds of the clip. I would want to be more like Aber and Preach versus being more like playback. I don't want to disrespect playback. I like the reactions sometimes. But them niggas is young too, so sometimes they have crazy opinions because they're still young and they don't understand, like, that's not the way the world works. You're doing well, but that's not the way. You haven't been through enough life situations in order to come to that conclusion, you know. He's all right. He's at home. He called me a little bit ago. I'm gonna call him when I get off stream. But he's doing better. I know he's moving around and stuff like that, but I can't give you a full assessment till I get there. But I know he's doing better and stuff. I appreciate that, Urban Monk. Yeah, man, I haven't messed with that program in forever. I'm not even gonna lie. I was gonna do more. Has this been on the whole time? Yo. Maybe not. Maybe I muted it. I'm not sure. But I haven't messed with that software in a minute because FL Studio is like my baby. But MPC Beats, it's solid. It's solid. I have no complaints about that software. You know, it's good. It's more complex than it needs to be. But I understand why it's the way that it is, because it has to be that way because it's emulating the MPC, and I understand why the MPC is the way it is, even though at some point the MPC has to get a linear timeline in order to like put beats like every other program. Like that's what y'all need, Akai. That's what that's not what I'm waiting on to get an MPC, but that's what I would like to see. The one thing I would like to see Akai do is give me a linear freaking timeline like every other DAW so that I can copy and paste and just it would make the process so much easier, especially if you have a touchscreen, because you can just touch what you need and then boom, you know, if you're using the actual MPC. I only use Ableton when I'm sampling sounds. That's the only time I use Ableton. I use Logic when I'm recording audio, like my vocals, for like songs and stuff. Like when I'm rapping and stuff, I use Logic, and then I use FL Studio to make beats, and I also use FL Studio to record my spoken word, my voiceovers for the videos, only because it's easier, because Nectar 3 doesn't work in my Logic for some odd reason. So it's just easier for me to record it in FL Studio and then grab Nectar and fix it up from there, if that makes sense. I've heard of Polyend Tracker, but I've never even matter of fact, we're gonna Google it right now. I want to see what that shit looks like, because I've heard about it, but I just don't know what it looks like. So let's see what that bitch looks like. Polyend Tracker. Oh, that looks pretty fire. I do want to get something. I do need to get some kind of sequencer. I'm just not sure. I'm not really sure what I want to get yet. I mean, like I don't even want to start jumping the gun and start naming stuff, but I do want to get something where I don't have to necessarily, I can go DAWless and make music, you know. So like I want to get some kind of, you know, sequencer or something. Cause now I'm at the point where I have 3 synthesizers. You know, I have a freaking SP404. I mean, like I have stuff that I have a bunch of guitar pedals, so I have shit that I can do without having to actually turn on the computer. And like what I've been enjoying a lot about making music lately is that like I can just zone out and just make music. Like it's like I probably enjoy making beats right now more than I ever have in my entire life. You know, like people talk shit, like, you know, people who don't have, and this is no slight to anybody in here if you don't have gear. I'm not even telling you that you have to buy gear, because I didn't have any like synthesizers or like gear until like really this summer, you know? So I've been making music for 20 something years, and I've always enjoyed the process of making music. But now that I have like synthesizers and all kinds of different shit, making music is so much more fun. Like anybody who would tell you that you don't need gear, they're right to a degree. You don't need gear, but once you start getting gear, you start making music in different ways. You start doing different stuff. Sometimes you might like there's times when like let's say I should make some music, I should make a beat, but I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to do that shit. I just don't do it. Well, now since I have synth and stuff like that, sometimes I just play with sounds, and I'm just creating sounds and figuring out how to work shit and just playing with shit for like hours, and then that's going to pay off down the line. It's going to pay dividends. You know, it's just, yeah, that Mini Freak does look nice. It does look nice. That Mini Freak does look nice, but I got a Micro Freak, you know. But when it comes to equipment too, I will say this: always make sure that you do a whole bunch of research before you decide what you want, because you don't want to just pull the gun on something. So like, obviously I got lucky, Destructo hooked me up with the Hydrosynth. But I wasn't going to get a Hydrosynth. I was going to get just the Micro Freak, and that was it. And then Sir Chump won the Hydrosynth on my channel, and then it just intrigued me. And so then, like, I was looking at all kinds of different shit. The Hydrosynth wasn't even on my fucking radar. Like, I was looking at, like, Roland boutiques and stuff because I was like, it's going to be my first synth. I want to get my foot in the door. So, let me get like a Roland boutique. And I was just looking at I was looking at like Monologue or Monologue, Korg. I was just looking at all this other shit. And then I seen, Sir Chump told me it was pretty dope. But then I went to NAMM. And when I went to NAMM, I got the opportunity to play with all kinds of different synths, use all kinds of different synths, and just all kinds of stuff. And so we get to the ASM booth, and I finally got to see a Hydrosynth up close and personal. And as soon as I touched it, I loved the key bed. And this was on the smaller keyboard. So I was like, man, I could probably get this. It's only, $600. This will be dope. I'll get this. And then I played with it for, I don't know how long, maybe 20, 30 minutes or something. Maybe not that long, maybe 10, 15 minutes. But as soon as I put my hands on the synthesizer and I started messing with it and hearing the sounds, I was like, this is the synth that I want. All the stuff that I'm describing and all these other synths is in this synth right here. So, lucked out, and, Destructo hooked me up, and I got the Micro Freak too. And I still love the Micro Freak. Like, I don't use it as much, but it's just nice because it's a different workflow. So it's like with the Hydrosynth, I'm typically building more patches and just playing around with it and having fun. But I like the little Micro Freak too, because people who don't like the keyboard, I can't play the keys the greatest, but I can play that little shit really good because I don't have to worry about key travel. I'm not bumping my fingers on other keys. I can just do stuff. I can do stuff a lot easier with that keyboard, and it makes it's fun to use. And then when DJ Wraith was like, I'll sell you the Modi X for 12. I mean, it was basically 200 off plus the shipping paid plus taxes. So basically, you're looking at 400 off the keyboard, and it's in great shape. And that's what I need. I have the Paraphonic synth that's going to make all the weird and crazy shit. And then I have another one that's similar to that. And now I have the one that's going to give me the real sounds, like the pianos, the timeless sounds, like the organs, all that other shit, flutes and shit like that. So now all I really need is the one more synth. And then I don't want to call it a trinity because I have, 4 synths or whatever, but that's why I want that Pro Q3, is because that's going to give me all the bass sounds, and that's going to give me all of the solid lead sounds and shit like that I need. And then once I get that, I'm gonna be unstoppable, man. I'm telling y'all, like, I don't want to sit up here and brag, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn and be like, oh, my plugins are gonna be the greatest plugins ever, because I don't know. I honestly don't know how this shit's gonna work out. But at least I'll have all the sounds that I need to create quality plugins and be able to like try to sell them to you guys for like a discounted price or cheaper, like $20, $30. You get a nice little plugin with 200 presets, all that other stuff, instead of, you having to go buy something with 200 presets that costs $50, $100 or something like that. So, and I feel like at this point I should be a pretty good judge of what a good plugin will be from different genres, because I do so many reviews and shit. I can really see what people's reactions are, what people react to, what people like, all that other stuff. Sorry, 1 second. But all that other stuff, So, sorry. Oh. That might be it should be able to search for it as an AAU file. Good tip, though. I appreciate that one, Dave. I never thought about that, though. But yeah, that shit would probably work. Good call. What's up, Soundproof Media Group? Dartham1, what's up? No, I think, let me write that down. Somebody was, I'm not sure if it was you. Somebody was mentioning that to me the other day, that, about that I don't really necessarily need that, but it would be good. Like I do a lot of You know, I don't try to just do reviews on shit I only need, you know, like, you know, I try, if I see something that I think that another genre might be able to use or something like that, I'll do a review on it, and I might try to put my spin on it and how I would use it in hip hop, because I'm not here to be disrespectful. Like, I'm not going to be like, this is the perfect plugin for EDM music, and then I play some beat and it's like this super garbage EDM beat, you know? So like, I try to use it as a feel on how I would use it, but I still try to demonstrate the product in a way that anybody can see how to use it. So, you know, like the computers, I mean, I don't really need DSP because I have an Apollo Twin X that has DSP. And then you know, I have a MacBook that, you know, M1 MacBook, you don't really need DSP, but that would be good. What kind of camera you looking? Yeah, let's have that talk. What kind of camera are you about to get? What kind of camera are you about to get? And I will say this too. Think about this when you yeah. I don't know if you're going to be able to get an A64, but if you can't get an A64, here's what I would recommend. Because I have two. Because I mean, I recommend Sony for real, but I know Canon M50 straight too. But once you get into one camera's ecosphere, you're probably going to stick with that ecosphere. So like, you know, you're not going to get a Sony camera and a Canon camera because it's going to be too much work to every time you do the video um, to match color profiles. You know what I mean? But this is the other camera I have, and it looks like, fam, if you can afford this shit today, I recommend getting this shit today. This motherfucker is on what? You gotta be kidding me. I mean, I have this camera. I paid this for it. I paid $698 for it. This is my backup camera. So whenever you see like top down views, this is the camera that I use. But it's basically the same camera as the Sony a6400 with less features. But with this camera, what's dope about this camera is that you don't need like a capture card and shit like that in order to live stream. You can just get a cord and you can hook the cord right up to your computer, and it has the options to live stream, which is fire. But damn it, this shit is $589 right now with lens. Oh, it's gone. I was about to say, yeah, that thing sold out quick. I was about to say, boy, if you can get that shit right now, this is the one. But yeah, I would recommend this camera. You're gonna have to get a lens for it. But I mean, I can't stress. I mean, I literally do have that camera. You know, and as you can see, I have a cord plugged in because it just plugs it right into my camera whenever I'm doing top down stuff. But this camera, you know, it's gravy, because the A64, they don't make it anymore, so you would have to buy a used one. And I'm always like, I don't like buying used shit that I need, that I'm using it like for like a job. Oh, it looks like they have some though. Oh, I guess they do have one in stock. I thought they stopped making these, but yeah, this is my main camera right here, and I love it. As you can see right now, it's pretty clear. Yeah. Which one? I missed a little bit. It's remember though, it's not necessarily the camera that's going to give you the bokeh. It's going to be the lens that's going to give you the bokeh. So that's what you got to make sure you focus on. Like, um, you know, like the thing. So here's the thing. Why? Because I was gonna buy a Canon M50 when, and I'm not trying to talk you into either one, man. I want you to make your own decision on what camera that you want. I can only tell you my experience, and obviously, you know, I'm gonna tell you why I went the direction I went. The reason I went the direction that I went is because on the M50, you have the crop sensor. So if you want to record in 4K, you're going to have an even more crop on the photo. And so I didn't want that. I didn't want to have this. I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to shut my window down this big, you know what I'm saying, for me to be able to shoot into. So I got the mic in the way. But I didn't want it to be like, you know, like instead of it being the size that it is right now, I didn't want it to be, you know, smaller than that. You know what I'm saying? Now I can only get this much of me into the crop photo. And then like autofocus on Sony is second to none. Like the autofocus on the Sony, like, I mean, Canon's good, but Sony is second to none. Like the eyeball detection, all that shit on these cameras, it can't fuck with it. But with the Sonys, with the A6400, the ZV is a little bit better, but they fucking have that I forget what it's called. Like when you're moving the camera, if you move it too fast, you get that jello effect and shit. That sucks. But if you're only using it for still shots and like it's only gonna sit still, I mean, I would recommend the Sony 9 out of 10 times. You know, just the only time I would recommend the Canon would be if you if you wanted to save a little bit of money, you know. But the Canon, it's not a bad camera. I mean, it was literally between those two, and I part of the reason why I got the Sony is because Canon pissed me off because I waited because I got the Sony right when they dropped the Canon M50 Mark II. So I got it maybe a day after they dropped the Mark II, because when they dropped the Mark II, there wasn't really any noticeable updates. The shit that they should have put in that camera, the shit they put in that camera should have been a firmware update for the regular M50. So it just didn't have enough. It didn't have enough features. And then like stuff like the low light on Canon's not as good as the low light on Sony. So it's like, you know, my room right now is dark as fuck, but you can't tell how dark the room is because the low light on the Sony is like, again, it's second to none. Like it's for real dark in here. Like if I was to have a different camera, it would be a lot darker in here. Even if you mess with your ISO and all that other stuff. Let me see what a Canon. I mean, you can honestly, you can stream with any camera, Brody. But let me see what that looks like. All you need to do is get an HDMI cord, you know, from your camera to a cam link. So you just basically have to be able to hook your camera up to a cam link. Damn, that motherfucker big as fuck. I mean, you could the fuck? You could stream with this shit, for sure. I mean, you could definitely stream with it, but I might just sell that shit and get me a handheld camera. I might put that shit on eBay and get a, I mean, if it's possible. I don't know if it's your camera or, you know, wife's, mom's, brother's, so whoever's camera. But you can use any camera. You can use your phone. Like that's another thing that people are sleep on. Like if you have an iPhone or if you have any kind of phone, you know, a Samsung or whatever, you can use this with an app, or you can use this with a Stream Deck. You can use this with whatever, and you can use this to stream, you know? You can use this if you want to start recording videos and you don't have a camera, you can literally use this shit, you know? Like I started off without even using a phone because I didn't even have a phone that was good enough to take video. So I had to use the camera phone on a freaking, or I had to use the webcam on like a 7-year-old computer, 6-year-old computer. Oh, you can't see the screen? Sorry. This motherfucker big. But yeah, you could use this. And it's HD. So really, you don't need to stream and you can stream in 1080 and you're fine. You know? I mean, you could definitely do it. And if it's for documentary filmmaking, it's probably going to give you some cinematic angles too, like cinematic view. So that'll be dope too. It'll make your stream look a little bit different. But yeah, man, all you got to do is get, you know, this kind of cord, you know, connect to your camera and then plug in. I can't unplug it right now. I don't know if it's an HDMI cord or if it's a USB. I'm not sure which one it is. But you know, you'll know once you get your I can find that out after I get off stream. I guess I can let you. Excuse me. I can let you know. But that what's dope about that too, Chump, though, is like if you get another camera, now you have two cameras. Like when I go to Phoenix, because I don't have room on this desk. I don't have anywhere to put another camera. But when I get there, and probably not the first month I'm there, the first month it's probably gonna be rough, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like, my setup's not gonna be like my setup. I'll probably just have like a table there, my monitor and a computer, and then whatever. I'll only probably have one board out of a box at a time because we're gonna move probably in December from where he's at. But I have to be there before he can, move because we got to find a place together and shit like that. So, the first month is probably gonna be rough. It's not gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Gonna be no bright lights. It's just gonna be like me in a fucking apartment making music and shit. So, it is what it is. I can't even take these damn panels with me, which kind of sucks, man, because I made those myself. You know what I'm saying? I like those motherfuckers, but then after that, it's gonna be dope because I plan on using both my cameras. I might even start using like a different, like, maybe like this one or a different cell phone and have 3 different camera angles. So like I can rotate around. I don't want to say like Curtis, but like, every streamer that has multiple cameras. So like, you can just get different angles and you're not always looking at me looking at it. So just make it a little more entertaining for you guys, For sure, Urban Monk, man. Have a good night. Definitely not giving y'all the feet angle cam. Not gonna be able to do it. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'm gonna because I want to pack some shit up. So again, I won't be on stream on Friday, but I will be back on stream on Sunday. It'll be the last stream in this spot. But man, y'all have a good one, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, boo this, man. Boo. Y'all have a good